vibe, energize of the boat, so you're coming by the white in your eyes. Hey, another day might waste away. Come on, let's get it going, don't make delays. So ring the alarm and lift your arm high. Like Georgia, we get a piece of the pie. Begin it with the step, you'll get in it in a sec. And be winning like you never did it when you overslept. So right this minute, get right with it. What time is it? It's time to wake up.
Good morning, Birmingham. This is a regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. Today is February 27th. This morning our invocation will be delivered by Pastor Doug Taylor of Rebirth Christian Fellowship, and our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilor Valerie Abbott. Please stand if you're willing and able.
Good morning. Let us pray. Father, we just thank you today for this great opportunity you've given us to gather together. You said that if 2 or 3 would gather together in your name, you'd be in the midst. So, Father, thank you for being a part of this meeting, Father. Father, you said in your word that when the righteous are in authority, they are in leadership, the people would rejoice. Thank you for the righteous leadership that you've given this city, representation among all of our 99 neighborhoods, Father. So because of that, we have a reason to rejoice. So, Father, we just thank you today for the wisdom that will go forth. Thank you for the partnership, the synergy, the unity, and the grace that you have placed on this meeting today. Thank you for the betterment of our city, for all of our great leaders, for all of our great constituents, Father, and just for your hand being upon us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we please have the roll call?
Councilmember Abbott,
Present.
Councilmember Clark, Councilmember Moore.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Smitherman. Good morning. Good morning. Councilmember Tate. Good morning. Good morning. Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Woods. Council President Pro Tem Alexander. And Council President Okoye.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
At this time, the minutes of the November 7th, 2023 through February 20th, 2024 meetings are not ready. Chief Sparks, we have communications from the mayor.
I do. Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning to the members of the council, members of the public, all those under the sound of my voice. First of all, Mr. President, on behalf of Mayor Woodfin, on behalf of his executive leadership team and the entire city of Birmingham, we would certainly like to offer our sincerest condolences to the family of Mr. Harry Giddens, who passed away this morning. Mr. Giddens served as longtime president of Brownsville Heights neighborhood and president of the Airport Hills community. So we send our heartfelt prayers, and we ask that everyone please join in and pray for the family and their strength. It's that time for the Kids and Jobs program. The Department of Youth Services and Fox 6 are once again partnering to host their annual Youth Summer Employment Program, Kids and Jobs. Kids and Jobs was founded to expose Birmingham youth between the ages of 14 and 24 to the workforce and to cultivate the professional growth required for students to become active members of Birmingham's business community. The application period is from March 11th through April the 12th. Applications can be found at bhamyouthfirst.org. And for businesses looking to host Kids and Jobs employees this summer, we ask that you please visit the website to complete a program partner application. To be notified when applications are available, we also ask that you sign up for the Youth First weekly newsletter on bhamyouthfirst.org, or you can contact the Department of Youth Services at 205-320-0879 for more information. The City of Birmingham is also hosting a blood drive. Please help save a life by donating blood on tomorrow, Wednesday, February the 28th, at the Boutwell Auditorium from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. To register, you can visit redcrossblood.org, look for Find My Drive, and enter the code BHM. Presenting donors will receive an e-gift card of up to $40, a Red Cross t-shirt, and several other treats. Weekly note regarding uniform cart delivery. All single-family residents are now under the same uniform cart system. want to really give major kudos to our Department of Public Works and our our Office of Public Information for their work on notifications. Businesses located on residential waste routes needing up to 2 carts and multifamily dwelling units of 4 or fewer may apply for carts at a fee per cart. Any businesses needing more than 2 carts or any apartments or multifamily dwellings needing more than 4 carts will no longer be serviced by the City of Birmingham. Our Department of Public Works has been addressing issues on a case-by-case basis for residents on difficult terrain. For more info, please go to www.birminghamal.gov/pickup. The City of Birmingham will continue to keep residents informed about our bulk trash pickup with daily updates online at birminghamal.gov/bulk trash. Mr. President, members of the council, we have one more update. It's in the form of a presentation that I'll be doing on the mayor's behalf. So at this time, I'd like to ask for the ladies of the Magic City chapter of the Links Incorporated to please join me at the podium. Mr. President, members of the council, members of the public, I had the privilege of celebrating with these dynamic ladies this past Saturday on the mayor's behalf at their Emerald anniversary, and we had a fantastic time. These dynamic women have demonstrated an unwavering commitment and dedication to the ideals and missions of the Links Incorporated, fostering a bond of friendship and sisterhood that will endure for decades to come. Today, we would like to honor them as they celebrate their 30th anniversary. In tribute to this distinction, I will read in part a special proclamation on the mayor's behalf, and it reads thus: whereas it is with profound admiration and gratitude that we, the residents and leadership of the City of Birmingham, come together to celebrate and honor the Magic City chapter of the Links Incorporated on the occasion of its 30th anniversary. And whereas the roots of the Magic City chapter trace back to the visionary leadership of Helen Shores Lee, President, and the dedicated members of the Birmingham Alabama chapter, who in the summer of 1990 embarked on a journey to establish a chapter that would embody the principles of service, friendship, and community empowerment. And whereas for 30 years, the Magic City, Alabama chapter of the Links has been a beacon of hope, compassion, and transformative change in our community, implementing sustainable programs and initiatives that uplift and empower individuals and families, all while embodying the distinctive Magic City style that is synonymous with excellence and innovation. Now I, therefore, Mayor Randall Woodfin, Mayor of the City of Birmingham, Alabama, do hereby issue this proclamation celebrating the Magic City, Alabama chapter of the Links Incorporated, who for 3 decades of exemplary service, leadership, and dedication has bettered our community, our city, and its residents. May your legacy of excellence continue to shine bright and inspire generations to come. And at this time, Mr. President, members of the council, I'll ask that President Terry H. Gardner come forward and give remarks on behalf of the chapter.
Thank you. For this honor, the Magic City, Alabama chapter of the Links Incorporated would like to thank Mayor Woodfin, Cedric Sparks, and the City of Birmingham City Council. We have over 40 members that volunteered over 3,000 service hours this year alone, and we've been giving out over $200,000 of scholarship money. So we are linked in friendship, connected in service, and look forward to serving the Magic City of Birmingham for many years to come. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, members of the council, that concludes the mayor's report.
Thank you, Chief Sparks. Councilor Abbott?
I wanted to ask the chief a question. It's regarding the uniform garbage carts. Have y'all sent out the mayor said y'all were going to send out letters to all the people who've received them, reminding them of what the rules are, like take them in instead of leaving them on the street for all week? And also, are y'all going to ever stop picking up all the other kinds of garbage carts that people have?
So two things. One, I know that our Public Works Department has started sending out that communication. I can confirm with you all where they are in their process, whether they're complete, but I know that they have. Two, the mayor was pretty explicit, and the answer is yes to your second question. He's talked about us being a little bit too kind in terms of what we pick up. So yes, but we want to make sure we provide notice to everyone as much as possible because we know there'll be some displeasure with that. But yes, the mayor has said we will stop picking it up.
That's good, because we have a lot of people that aren't following the rules, and it just makes the people who do follow the rules mad, because it looks trashy. And one of the promises of the uniform garbage carts was that they would be uniform. You know, everybody'd have the same one, and we've got a lot of people still using whatever. And
Yes, ma'am.
just be nice for the city to do what it said it was gonna do.
Yes, ma'am. That's what the mayor's noted. Yes.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Welcome. Thank you. Council Woods.
Thank you, Mr. President. Chief Sparks, in the mayor's absence, wanted to offer a couple things. One, appreciation for Director Fowler, Department of Transportation. We had a couple of locations where neighborhoods are really pushing to get some speed cushions, and that team really worked in overdrive to get that done, and we've gotten two of those priority ones in.
Thank you.
Also, last week, we had a contractors breakfast, and I wanted to thank y'all for allowing both Director Bell and Coriade Hauser, allowing them to come out and speak and participate in that. So I wanted to thank you for both of those items, and if
Yes,
you
sir.
pass that along, I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. We'll do, Council.
Thank you.
All right.
Mr. President,
Councilor
while I
Abbott.
was complaining, I forgot to say thank you.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Everyone is excited about the cleanup of George Ward Park and the Vulcan Trail and Brother Brian Park. And received a lot of calls and actually saw just regular neighborhood people back out in the parks again. So I thank y'all for that, for doing that. That was very much appreciated by the residents.
Our Public Works Department has been very intentional on the follow-up for those, and we'll make sure, I'm sure they're listening, but we'll make sure we provide, Chief Mitchell and I will provide them with that. Thank you. Thank you, councilors.
Thank you. This time I'll read our statement on the conduct of business. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. All items on the consent agenda will be announced by reading the item numbers only. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member or the mayor requests the item be removed from the consent agenda. Additionally, a citizen interested in addressing the council with respect to an item on the consent agenda designated for public hearing may request the item be removed from the consent agenda to hold the hearing on the item. Any items removed from the consent agenda will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. For remaining matters, all matters of permanent operation will be read and all public hearings will be announced. Madam Clerk, at this time, could we go through the items on the consent agenda?
Yes, sir. The consent agenda begins on page 2 with item number 1, and then item number 2. On page 3, item number 3, 4, and 5. On page 4, items number 6, 7, and 8. And please note that item 6 and item 8 were also recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. Page 5, item number 9, 10, and 11. And item number 9 was also recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. On page 6, we have items 12, 13, and 14. On page 7, we have items 17, 18, 19, and 20. Items 15 and 16 were requested to be withdrawn by the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits. On page 8, we have items 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. On page 9, we have items 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Page 10, we have items 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Page 11, we have items 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Page 12, we have items 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Page 13, items 51, 52, 53, 54. Page 14, items 55, 56, 57, and 58. Page 15, items 59, 60, 61, 62. Page 16, items 63, 64, and 65. And that completes the consent agenda.
All right. Do any members of the council wish to add or remove an item from the consent agenda? Councilor Abbott?
Yes. I would like to remove item 4 for an explanation. That's all.
Item 4, that's page 3. Councilor Woods?
Can I remove items 5 and 10?
Item 5, page 3. Item 10 is page 5. Councilor Moore?
Item 5 has already been removed, but wanted to make a change in the amount from District 4. So,
Okay, we'll do that when it comes up for deliberation. Okay, at this time, I don't know if there are any public hearing items. Well, there's one public hearing item. Do any members of the public wish to add or remove public hearing items from the consent agenda? Seeing none, I think we're ready for the vote. Need a motion second.
I move for approval.
So that's Smitherman and Tate.
Okay. All right, and the voting has started. Councilor Tate.
Would you like to vote, Councilor Tate?
Okay.
All right, that's unanimous. Consent agenda passes. First item, please.
The first item will be item number 4 on page 3. A resolution pursuant to the Code of Alabama 1975, Section 11-42-21C, assenting to the annexation by the City of Vestavia Hills of territory located within the overlapping police jurisdictions of the City of Birmingham and the City of Vestavia Hills. The City of Vestavia Hills is adopting a corresponding resolution assenting to the annexation of related property into the City of Birmingham.
Move the item.
Smitherman and Tate. Questions?
Do you want to hear my question?
Yes, Councilor Abbott.
Yeah, I looked at this item and all the backup information, and I tried to find it on online mapping, and I couldn't find anything. So I just wanted someone to give an explanation of where it says the City of Vestavia Hills is adopting a corresponding resolution assenting to the annexation of related property into the City of Birmingham. So I just needed to know what that means.
So we have Attorney Jim Stanley from our Office of the City Attorney here. He can answer that, Councilor Abbott.
Good morning, the council. I am Jim Stanley from the Office of the City Attorney. The council may recall that last year we started a process in conjunction with the city of Vestavia to de-annex a quarter of land that's in Birmingham that runs right through the middle of property that's surrounded by Vestavia. There's a developer that's now planning to develop the property, and that was going to create a number of permitting and other issues having to work with two jurisdictions. So what the cities are doing is Vestavia de-annexed a quarter of property along I-459 that's to the side of the property. The city is de-annexing the quarter that runs through the middle of the property. That's been accomplished. It took several months to do, and now each city is going to annex the quarter that was de-annexed by the other municipality. Under the law before 2021, if property to be annexed lies in the police jurisdiction of two municipalities, which this would have, you could only annex to an equal distance, halfway between the two cities. And so what you would see were a series of annexations to get enough property in. The legislature changed the law in 2021 to say that if you're in that situation and the other city assents to the annexing city annexing the whole amount of property, then you don't have to go through a series of annexations. So that's what we're doing here. Vestavia needs to annex the quarter that we de-annexed. We need to annex the quarter that they de-annexed. So what we're doing with this is assenting to them annexing the quarter that would be within our police jurisdiction. They've got a corresponding resolution that I think they're considering this week that assents to our annexation. And then we'll come back hopefully next week with the actual annexation itself. I know it's a little bit convoluted, but there are several steps involved, but we're really trying to avoid having to come back with a series of annexations to get, halfway each time.
Okay, so what we had in our packet was just the Vestavia Hills part, not the corresponding annexation of property into Birmingham. So you're saying that we'll see that next week, and that was why it wasn't included this week, which would have kept me from being confused.
Right.
Maybe everybody else got it, but I didn't. And when I went to online mapping, I couldn't find diddly because there's no address given in the item. There's no nothing, so you can't go find anything. I wanted to look at it. And then the police jurisdiction thing was a little bit confusing. And I didn't remember this coming to committee. I remember the last one we did where we were doing one of these swaps.
I think it was the same one. It's been in the process for a while. Again, we went through a process that was completed last year to de-annex the property. And Vestavia did at the same time, and they completed their de-annexation later than we did. You have to go to probate court to get it finalized, and that was done late last year. So the process now is to do the annexation. The ordinance for next week referenced what Vestavia did, so we didn't have all the data to give you a complete ordinance at this time.
So next week we'll have
The actual annexation
we'll have
ordinance.
all the information instead of half.
We can provide all the background information too if you'd like.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Welcome. I think we're ready for the vote now.
The vote is started. Okay.
All right, that item passes. Next item, understand that item 5 is being withdrawn.
Yes, sir, but I'll still read it and then you can go and withdraw it. So everybody will know what's being withdrawn.
Okay.
Okay. So item number 5 on page 3 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute for and as the act of said city, an agreement between the city of Birmingham and the Birmingham Urban League Inc., an amount not to exceed $70,000, under which the Birmingham Urban League will provide services to the city of Birmingham by equipping citizens of Birmingham with the information they need to advance their education and obtain life-enhancing training, reducing unemployment through the creation of streamlined paths to high-demand occupations and careers, and addressing critical labor shortages by preparing adults and students for high-demand occupations and careers with livable wages, and by facilitating transitions into identified successful pathways to address workforce educational disparities brought on as a direct result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And as you said, it is being withdrawn by the administration.
Okay. Next item, please.
The next item, we will go to item number 10, which is on page 5. A resolution urging Truist Bank to reconsider the closure of Truist Bank locations within the city of Birmingham, specifically at 629 Red Lane Road, and explore alternative solutions to address any operational challenges. The Birmingham City Council expressed its willingness to collaborate with Truist Bank as necessary to ensure the continued operation, and encourages Truist Bank to engage in dialogue with community stakeholders, including residents, local businesses, and elected officials, to explore options for maintaining the operation of the Roebuck branch.
I move approval.
That's Counselor Abbott and Counselor Tate. Counselor Woods, you want to?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thought it was important. We were informed that Truist Bank branch in Roebuck, 629 Red Lane Road specifically, was going to be closing in March. Great deal of residents in that area benefit from that branch, utilize that branch, and would be negatively impacted if that branch was to close. There have been protests organized in that area just to kind of show their support for the bank remaining, or the disdain for the bank leaving, however you want to look at that. But I'm appreciative of those residents really letting their voice be heard and speaking up, and thought it was important that as the council, we take this step in support of them, but also really illustrating the need for the bank to stay. There's a great deal of investment happening within a 2-block radius right now. The YMCA is undertaking a pretty significant project directly across the street. Birmingham school system is basically renovating North Roebuck Elementary into what effectively will be a pre-K facility. The city of Birmingham is undertaking a significant sidewalk project on Red Lane Road, which will add to the connectivity to that area. We're currently working through an ARPA project that will provide significant resources to Huffman Ballpark, which is also within that 2-block radius. Chick-fil-A is about to complete a tear down and expansion of their current facility on the Parkway. And so just to illustrate a lot of momentum that's happening right in that area. And we are very much so interested in having a conversation with Truist and seeing what could potentially be done to keep you in this area. Like I said, residents are, appreciative and dependent on having banks close by to home to reduce that travel time to those banks. And we just want to take this step. I think it's important to, let the residents know that we support what they're doing, but even take it a step further and really push Truist to come to the table and let's at least have this conversation before this very impactful decision is finalized.
I believe we're ready for the vote.
The vote has started. Votes up, should be up.
That item passes. Thank you. Are there any additional items?
No, sir, there are no other items to be taken up today.
All right, so at this time we'll have communications from the counselors. Counselor Woods, are you ready?
Let me so
That was
We're
not
moving quickly this
convincing.
a
morning.
little more confident. So, yes, I'm ready. But now I wanted to just once again reiterate, we had the contractors breakfast on last week, and I had a really good time. Had over 50 businesses registered. Wanted to thank Uptown Jazz for allowing us to reserve that space. Again, wanted to thank City of Birmingham, IEO, Coriate Hauser, and Capital Projects Director Denise Bell and Veronica Merritt for participating. Also SBA, Mr. Roderick Perkins, and UAB, Denton Lunsford and Trey Roel for participating. Also Brassfield and Gories, Jessica McMahon, and the BCIA's Michael Bell for all coming out and letting businesses know, number one, what opportunities, what resources are available today that you can tap into to help move your businesses to the next level. But also, we were able to gather a lot of feedback from these small business owners to know what else would be helpful. And so how can we assist you in getting your business to the next level? And so was very appreciative of that event and very excited about the feedback that we got as we continue our efforts in conjunction with what the administration is doing and getting ready to roll some things out as well. So excited about the continued work in this area, and then also want to encourage everyone 1 week from today to go out and just exercise your right to vote. Take some time and educate yourself about the candidates and go out and exercise that right next Tuesday. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilor Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fountain Heights Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. at the Fountain Heights Recreation Center. Dolomite Neighborhood Association will also meet tonight on conference call at 6 p.m. You can call in at 720-843-2669. The code is 3789426. Central Pratt Neighborhood meeting will be held virtually next Monday at 6 p.m. Sherman Heights Neighborhood meeting will be held virtually on next Monday, March 4th at 6 p.m. Or you can go to the Morning Star Church at 1600 Slayton Avenue as well. So they're doing a virtual and an in-person. Or you can also dial in as well as 952-206-4918, passcode 223418. The next public safety meeting will be held on Tuesday, March 12th at 1 p.m. in the council chamber. Please submit agenda items by Wednesday, no later than 12 noon, to patrice.collins@birminghamal.gov, gregory.stanley@birminghamal.gov. Also, I just want to give my condolences to Miss Mahogany, the Jackson family, and want to just send our prayers and condolences to that family.
All right, thank you, Councilor Moore.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Wanted to send out a huge thank you to the J. Mason Davis Leadership Society for an amazing panel for the political science students at Miles College last Thursday. I had the honor to be amongst Mayor Woodfin, President Bobby Knight, Judge Ruby Davis, Judge Sparks, and of course, Chief Sparks. It's great to meet all the young people and talk to them about their future. In whatever it is that they aspire to do. I think that we're very fortunate to be able to just be in a room, with individuals who could kind of give them some insight into their own lives and, challenges that we've faced. And so, it was really cool. And really excited about all the great things that they'll be doing. As has already been mentioned, DYS, in partnership with WBRC, Fox has the launch of 2024 Kids and Jobs program to help cultivate these young people to prepare them for the skills necessary to join the workforce. Please make sure that you go to bhamyouthfirst.org. Let me see. And then we have the Community Development Committee that will take place on March the 6th in council chambers at 2 p.m. All submissions are due by Wednesday, February 27th to adaris.may@birminghamal.gov. The Parks and Recreation Board will meet on Wednesday, March 6th at 9 a.m. at Legion Field. We have a couple of neighborhood association meetings that will be taking place on the first Monday coming up. So we have Collegeville that will take place at 6 p.m., Zion City at 6:30 p.m., Brownsville Heights Neighborhood will take place at 6 p.m. on Monday. Maple Grove will be at 6 p.m. Broomet Heights will also be at 1 p.m. And then last but not least, wanted to reiterate just, our well wishes to, or thoughts of sympathy for the Giddens family. Mr. Harry Giddens, who passed away this morning, was a pillar in our D4 community in our city, served as a neighborhood officer for over 30 years in Brownsville Heights, was the community president in Airport Hills, and was a good friend. And so I would love to move for UC for the council for a resolution of sympathy.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Move the item.
All in favor, let it known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Resolution passes.
Thank you.
All right. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Planning and Zoning Committee scheduled for tomorrow has been canceled due to lack of cases, so that's a good thing. The Thursday, February 29th Coffee with Code Enforcement is going to be at the Central Park Recreation Center at 4700 Terrace Q from 10 a.m. to noon, and the reason I'm announcing it is I intend to be there because I attended the one at the Botanical Gardens and there was so much information that I just felt I couldn't absorb all of it at one meeting, so I'm going to go back to another one. But these are excellent meetings where you can learn a lot about how to clean up and keep your neighborhood nice by reporting problems to the city that they might be unaware of. Tonight we have the Redmont Park neighborhood meeting at the Botanical Gardens. It's at 5 p.m. I'm sure the car wash that wants to locate at the foot of Vulcan will be on the agenda, but I haven't seen the rest of the agenda, but that's at 5 o'clock this evening. This coming Monday, March 4th, the Glen Iris neighborhood meeting will be held at St. Elias Maronite Catholic Church at 6:30 p.m. And I wanted to say, as I always do every week, to call 311 if you see issues, problems in your neighborhood. Calling your councilman or calling the mayor is a fine thing to do, but you still need to call 311, or you can use the wonderful MyBHAM 311 app that you can download for free and use to your heart's content. You can include photographs, which makes it easier for people to find the complaint that you have and get it addressed. So I want to encourage everybody to do that. And people in District 3 can go to the website www.bhamdistrict3.com for additional updates on things going on in the city that we don't have time to announce this morning. So thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Councilor Smitherman.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next Budget and Finance meeting will be Monday, March 25th at 3:30 p.m. We will not have a meeting on the 11th due to the council is going to the NLC conference in D.C. that week. We don't have any neighborhood meetings, but I did want to just thank everyone, all the students that participate in the Youth Speak, a celebration of African Americans in the arts. This is our third year doing it, and so we had 8 schools, as I mentioned in the past. So J.O., Winona, Ramsey, Huffman, Indian Springs, Paul W. Bryant High School in Tuscaloosa, Hemp Hill, and Jefferson Academy of Dance and Theater, which is at Shades Valley. So it was really good. The kids had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the little kids. We had the little baby Temptations for the little babies. They were so cute, y'all. And then we had a little girl, she was dancing, but it was really good. And then, Councilor Tate, you'd be proud. I'm going to have to sing the video with the Jefferson County Academy of Theater and Dance. It was more around criminal justice reform. So they had signs with Stop Gun Violence. And I actually asked them, I don't know how they could perform it, but I said they should perform it for for us so we could see it. So it was really good, and thank you to the teachers and Red Mountain Theater, Jennifer and Keith for that. So I was really happy about that. The kids enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing it next year. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. For District 5, the Fountain Heights Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. at the Fountain Heights Recreation Center. Crestwood North Neighborhood Association will also meet tonight, 6:30 at Girls Incorporated. The Birmingham Park and Recreation, just another reminder, they are now hiring for lifeguards. Applications will be taken until May 10th. No certification is needed, but you must be 16 years old by May 10th, 2024. Please contact 254-2189. Also, if you're looking for summer camp for your kids, Birmingham Park and Recreation has probably the best deal in town. Registration is now open for the 2024 Birmingham Park and Recreation Summer Camp while spaces are available. The first session will be June 10th through June 28th, and the second session will be July 8th through 26th. Each session costs $150. So very much a value compared to other options out there. Again, each session is $150. Call either 254-2303 or 254-2391 for more information. Please save the date for April 9th, 2024 for the Second Chance Job Fair hosted by Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr at the Boutwell Auditorium from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For additional information, please visit www.secondchancehiringfair.com. Also, wanted to mention, we approved this on consent, but the Birmingham Police Department is conducting a firearms safety training this Saturday. Chief Sparks, do you have information on how people can find that and sign up?
Can you repeat your question again? I'm sorry, Councilman.
Yes, sir. The Birmingham Police Department actually was item 9 on the agenda. On March 2nd, they'll be conducting a firearm safety training, and it's open to interested citizens who are at least 21 years of age, and it's provided free of charge. How do people sign up for that?
We'll provide you all with a flyer, and we'll, in addition to you all being able to share, we'll provide that to the citizens, but we'll send you all a flyer. Look forward to it coming from our GA team. We'll get that to you.
All right, great. And just on a final note, I was very saddened to hear of Mr. Harry Giddens passing this morning. I met Mr. Giddens probably 2004 when I was a relatively new resident of the city of Birmingham. Been involved in guiding his, community and neighborhood for many, many years, as was mentioned previously, and was always engaged. If there was a community event, public meeting, engagement opportunity, you were almost assured to see Mr. Giddens there. So definitely a loss for our city, and my sympathies go out to the family. With that brings us to our public speakers list. Madam Clerk, can you please call the first speaker?
Yes, sir. Tanita Gray.
As you approach the podium, please remember to state your name and address, and also you have 3 minutes to speak. If you'll watch the screens to my right and left, behind us that will also have a timer there to tell you where you are on your time.
Good morning, Council. My name is Tony DeGray, resident at 1410 46th Street, Ansley, in the Bellevue Heights neighborhood, District 8. I do have some handouts that I would like to share with the council, if that is fine. Today, I want to speak about youth violence, the increase of violence and the violent crimes that are committed in front of the youth. I have here, and I'm just going to read. Currently in the state of Alabama, if you are assaulted and it's not domestic related and the police did not witness the crime, an immediate arrest cannot be made until a warrant is signed and issued, which cannot be done before 48 hours, even if you are attacked while with the minor. On February the 20th, 2024, I, Tony DeGray, age 29, was viciously attacked by two irate women in Milo's restaurant located on Forestdale Boulevard in Birmingham, Alabama, while ordering food by Candace Kemp, age 41, and Tanisha Mills, age 46, in the presence of my 7-year-old son, with threats being made to him as well. The women threatened to shoot us and cause us both physical harm. They put my son and other kids' life who were present in danger as well. These menaces has no regards for kids or any human life. And by law, they were unable to be immediately arrested according to Alabama Rules of Criminal Procedures, Rule 4, Arrest and Initial Appearance. Please reference Rule 4.1a. Sadly, so often, young innocent kids are killed and or harmed by senseless violent acts of careless, ruthless adults. Having never experienced such a horrific situation personally with my child, I could never understand how so many innocent kids were shot or killed in the city of Birmingham repeatedly. On that day, my view changed. What I realized is that it is too easy to engage in confrontations in front of kids with no immediate consequences. There is an infestation and repetitive cycle of violent acts of crimes being committed within our community with minor and kids' presence. We must stand on business and bring about a true change by analyzing the problem, addressing the underlying issue, and implementing effective solutions. It is time to hold those who wish to behave as thugs and continue the unhealthy cycle of violence, who have no respect for human or children's lives, accountable for their actions. It is our mission to prevent the increase of violent youthful crimes by requesting an amendment to Alabama Rules of Criminal Procedures, Rules 4, Arrest and Initial Appearance, revised, which has not been done since August the 1st, 1997. This is the year 2024. The revision aims to protect the youth today who are our future for tomorrow by enforcing an immediate arrest and a felony charge for the aggressor of any violent crime with the intent to cause harm committed in front of a minor aged 17 or younger. This change shall result in a decrease of altercations being initiated while children are present within a certain distance. We trust that elected officials, leaders, and legislators of the state of Alabama and the city of Birmingham who has taken oaths of office will provide as well as perform the obligations and duties to make policy decisions and enact laws on our behalf, while respecting, protecting, and fulfilling the citizens' human rights. For this manifestation of continuous violence crimes has taken away our basic human rights to life, liberty, order, peace, and public safety. For my kids, and now we feel threatened. My kids are afraid to go in public. 1 Corinthians 14:33 states, "For God is not a God of disorder, but of peace, as in all congregations of the saints," meaning it is important to maintain peace and order within our communities. Proverbs 31:8-9, "Speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." Meaning, as adults, parents, and leaders, it is our duty given by the Most High God to speak up for and defend the children who are in need of refuge from gun violence, by proposing an amendment to the law or by establishing the Dillon Safe Child Law, who's the name of my 7-year-old son who was present. Matthew 18:5 through 6.
Ms. Gray,
Yes, sir.
your time
That's it.
has expired,
Okay.
so if you could
That's
just, I'll
fine.
give you a few extra seconds to just wrap up
Okay,
your comments.
that is the end, you guys. I wanted to bring this issue to you all. My finger has been broken. I've been disabled to perform my workly duties. I am a resident, a mother, a daughter, and a leader, as well as a business owner in this community. To be attacked by a 46 and 40-year-old women, y'all, we're speaking to the men, but it's angry black women that's out here who's raising these young black men. And we have to get into the homes, y'all. We have to speak to the women. I'm doing my part. This spilled over to District 8, the school at Charles A. Brown, where the mother showed my child, or her child, the video, and he brought it back to my child, a first grader who's above first grade level. And we have to step up. I'm just being active in the community to be a voice for those who cannot speak to themselves. I have started a petition to have this law amended because the first thing we hear is that the Birmingham police is not doing anything. However, we have to educate the public that they can only do what is law. So that's why I'm here, so that we can bring a change, and that the community citizens are not just looking at the police department or as the council or the leaders, to know that we have to be a voice, and it starts with the law. This is the end. I pray that you all have a blessed and amazing day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gray. I do want to just mention that, as many people know, Alabama is not a home rule state, which means that counties and municipalities only have the authority that the state legislature grants to them. So highly encourage you to, take what you've printed out and shared with us and share it with your state legislators. Because ultimately, it's on them to change the state law.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I have started a petition for that as well.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Earl Salary. Okay, the next person is Marcus Cummings.
Good morning, President Quinn, council members. My name is Mark Cummings. I am a resident of Birmingham, live at 1933 16th Avenue South in Councilwoman's Valerie Abbott's district. I own a business in Lakeview in Council President O'Quinn's district called Owls on 7th. It's at 2627 7th Avenue South. Owls has been in business since January of 2011, and for 13 years has provided a safe space for Birmingham's LGBTQIA plus community. We were featured last year in a documentary called Queens of Birmingham, which won the Jury Award and Audience Award at the Soundwalk Film Festival in August. I've got the good, the bad, and the ugly for you today. First of all, good. The Public Works Department is doing a fantastic job with garbage pickup all of a sudden. Several times over the past 2 weeks, I've come up and there's bags of garbage sitting on the corner, and then somebody comes by and picks it up. So somebody's doing a good job. I'm guessing it's Public Works. The bad. Councilwoman Abbott mentioned earlier about 311. Well, in 2022, I posted to 311 and actually made a final post on January 28th of 2023 that roots were pushing up the sidewalk in front of my business 3-4 inches. It's a trip hazard. It's a danger to my customers. Letitia from the mayor's office come to me when she saw my name on the list and has had someone to speak with me from the Public Works Department about. I believe that you need to be aware of that. The ugly. Your third-party vendor avenue is a royal mess. They take your tax. That's where we pay our taxes. That's where we pay our license. It is a struggle. It has been a struggle since Avenue took over from the city itself to get the physical license. Each year, we pay our money in January, and we have to call and say, hey, where's my license? Well, you didn't send your ABC license in. I, to this day, have not received my license for 2023. Last Friday night at 11 o'clock, one of the detectives from the Birmingham Police Department came through checking for compliance with permit and gave me until 9 a.m. on Monday to have it resolved. Well, there's no way to do that. I did talk to Detective Pikes and was able to, he understands the issue. Apparently, a lot of people are having an issue. Avenue is a mess, and you need to know about it because I am a customer of the city of Birmingham, and you need your money. I understand that, but I don't need to be harassed at 11 o'clock on a Friday night about something that I couldn't handle. When we presented when we paid for our permit in January, we uploaded the ABC license and the liquor liability insurance certificate. When I finally got through to Avenue on Monday morning, they told me they didn't have the license. I know for a fact it was uploaded. Immediately I responded with it because I have it on my phone ready. It's an issue, an ongoing issue, and it's something that the council needs to be aware of. And just one more, if you don't mind, just a second. Birmingham has always been supportive of the LGBTQIA plus community. I wish those in the State House in Montgomery would be as supportive. Instead, they consistently propose and pass legislation that are attacks on our community. Attacks on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion are attacks on things that all of us should strive for. Let's just call the opponents of DEI what they are, RHT, racist, homophobic, transphobic. I hope you'll speak to your colleagues in Montgomery and urge them to stop the madness that's harming children, particularly our transgender youth. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We'll mention that the council has got a briefing from Attorney Yolanda Lawson, who's been tasked to work with Avenue to resolve the issues that you mentioned and several others. So please rest assured that the mayor's office and the council are fully aware that that Avenue is, not performing at the level that we would want them to. I believe that, let me just say, I think they're on a very short leash with us right now. And so
that's my understanding. I've been told that things are happening, but that it takes time, and I understand that. But
right.
I wanted to make sure that the entire council was aware of the issues that I've had ever since they've taken over the business.
Right, yes. Also on the DEI issue, Mayor Woodfin and actually Pro Tem Alexander are in Montgomery today and engaging with our state legislators. I know Mayor Woodfin has made it very clear his position on the proposed legislation that would prevent or make illegal the DEI instruction and programming at schools. So that's an issue where we share the same sentiment that you expressed.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. At this time, I want to thank our officers on duty. We have this morning Cedric Pinkard from downtown, Marco Easley from East Precinct, and also Don Jenkins from East Precinct. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. We have no other items to discuss. We'll consider a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Well, hello everyone. We're here at the Red Mountain Theater here in the middle of District 6. Hi, I'm Crystal Smitherman, and we are here for our third annual Youth Speak, a celebration of African Americans in the arts. It's a Black History Month program where our kids will be performing spoken word, poetry, theater, dance, and we have a couple of pictures that are displayed as well in the hallway. So we have 8 schools participating. This is so amazing because African Americans are so severely underrepresented in the arts. This isn't a matter of cultural enrichment, of social justice as well, making sure that Black artists have their voice heard in the community and not just amongst their own selves. So I think this is great, giving our kids the opportunity to express themselves in a safe space with a state-of-the-art facility, world-class instructors, and really just making sure that they feel loved by the community today.
I feel you holding me tighter, I cannot see. When will we finally breathe? Pages turn.